What's happening, everybody? Tone Space, like, share, subscribe, all that good fly stuff. I say it at the beginning in case I forget. I was just doing my rounds, catching up to the Nipsey Hussle story, both the murder story, finding out more about him as an individual, as an entrepreneur, as a pillar of the community. Quite honestly, I would see interviews with him here and there, but I was never like a hard-body Nipsey Hussle fan like that. However, I will say this: as soon as I heard that he got shot, I was like, why him of all people? Because I was still able to feel his good and genuine energy. Like, I already peeped he was a good, genuine person. A C like interviews like the Tariq Nasheed interview, Breakfast Club. You could just see someone's demeanor, their pacing, their mannerisms, the things they emphasize, and in the works they do. Not just the works they do, but the way that they let you know about the works they do. You get what I'm saying? It's like you kind of get a feel for who's genuine and stuff. But that aside, so yeah, I just wanted to share that. When I first heard he got shot, I was like, why this man of all people? This doesn't even make any sense. Even though already aware he was a Crip, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But this video, I just want to give a little clarification, share the rounds that I've been doing and tidbits of information from listening to his brother, from listening to Nipsey Hussle, another one of his business partners. As I understand, his brother was also a business partner in his strip mall he had and other stuff. And these people were giving accounts to like what happened to help dispel some of the conspiracies and the different theories that people have, and even maybe current misconceptions of other pieces of information, to just add more, enlighten it a little bit. So I'll do it like this. This is what I've gathered, you know what I mean? Just a collective of different things that kind of tell the story of what happened. It won't even start Sunday. It'll start, I think, what was it, the day before? Saturday, I believe. The day before Sunday, which was March 31st, when Nipsey Hussle got shot. Nipsey Hussle, or some days before, whatever, Nipsey Hussle literally bumped into a rival, phone ringing and whatnot. Nipsey Hussle bumped into a rival gang member, a blood actually, and who he had static, he had beef with or whatever. They bumped into each other, and what happened? They ended up talking. Piecing it out, and they ended up having to plan a meeting with each other, I believe that following Monday, which was also a day that Nipsey Hussle was to meet with the police to talk about putting a stop to or a decrease in what since the beginning of 2019 has been a rise in gang violence. As I understand, for the last 10 years, gang violence has went down a whole lot in LA, right? But this year it's been starting to be on the come up. So he was gonna have, I thought I turned this volume down. Why is the volume on? So he was going to meet with the police and try to get gangs together, try to bring some peace. And as I understand, this former enemy of his, that was a blood that he literally bumped into somewhere, that they exchanged words, they talked, they were gonna go to the studio, chop it up, all that good stuff. He was gonna bring him along as well to the meeting. That was gonna be Monday, right? So now that takes us to Sunday, about an hour before Nipsey Hussle was gunned down, and it explains that cryptic text, or that cryptic tweet rather, that Nipsey Hussle tweeted, which was something, and I quote, I paraphrase rather, having strong enemies is a blessing. People were debating on whether or not that meant that he had higher ups, people that were trying to get him from the government for aspiring to do a Dr. Sebi documentary and stuff like that, or whatever, or even the shooter Eric Holder himself, right? People were speculating that and either of those people or anything else elaborate was in reference to who the strong enemies that Nipsey Hussle was referring to. But it's been revealed, I guess I'll just say allegedly, but it's been claimed by that person, by that blood member. He said that yes, he is the person that Nipsey Hussle was talking about, because he was a strong enemy in regard to being like having like a lot of strength in as far as energy of being an enemy, like they were really like enemies, and he was also like a strong person in, you know, in his particular gang. And the fact that they were going to meet up and squash it, that explains the tweet where he's saying having strong enemies is a blessing. The way I decode that to mean is the blessing comes in the fact that you could have that strong enemy, someone that everyone knows that you're not rocking with him, he not rocking with you, and then when y'all come together and make peace, that will make such an impact just on the sheer fact that y'all were such strong enemies. Thus, when y'all squash it, that is the blessing, because it sets an example. You know what I'm saying? That's my interpretation. You know, y'all could have your interpretations or whatever, right? So that's the explanation for what that tweet was, or at least that's what this gentleman, this blood member, is claiming. And he put up receipts, text messages, all that stuff to support that idea, right? So that was around, I believe, maybe 2 something West Coast time. Then Nipsey gets shot about an hour, maybe an hour and a half later. Now we're going into what happened, those moments that, you know, we got shot. This dude, Eric Holder, also known as Fly Mac, also probably more, you know what I'm saying, more passionately known as Shitty Cuz. That's what I refer to him as, the, you know, the Shitty Cuz dude or whatever. He comes around, and as I understand, he's already known as a shooter. You know what I'm saying? They know he's about that gunplay, and he's already known as a snitch. Like, it's known. Like, as I understand, he's already been kind of outcasted from the hood at this point some time ago, and he disappeared for a while, and then he just happened to come back around this very day. So he comes around, and these are the accounts from both Nipsey Hussle's brother and from another gentleman that's also Nipsey Hussle's business partner, right? He said that he went to talk to Nipsey. Nipsey pretty much told him, like, yo, you can't be around here. However, people were saying that they actually did dap up. Like, it was not a hostile type of interaction. Like, you know, dude, Nipsey, that is, he told dude, like, on some like cool shit. He was just like telling him what it is. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? The word out, the word is you snitching and stuff. You know, we just can't have you rocking out here. You just can't be out here like that. It just is what it is. Supposedly they dapped up. The gentleman that was out there with Nipsey that was giving this account, he had went inside the store because he had just bought a burger. And he said that in the 3 seconds that he went in, that is when dude came after this Shitty Cuz. He walked in one direction and then just walked back and started blasting on Nipsey, right? Because before, I was under the impression that Shitty Cuz came around, they had words, and dude left, and that's when Nipsey did the tweet, and then an hour later maybe dude came back. No, basically this all happened probably within 1 minute's time, maybe let's say at most a 3-minute period between them dapping up and him parting ways and him coming back shooting, probably even within a minute's time. Came back, started shooting, and then there's a lot of people seen on the footage. He left, comes back, shoots again, leaves, comes back, shoots again, and kicks him in the head, and then runs off, his coward ass off, right? Now, this was explained by Nipsey Hussle's brother, because at the point of after him getting shot, Nipsey Hussle's brother then was zipped on over before even the paramedics came, got to him, and was trying to help, you know, keep him alive as best he can or whatever. But he was basically saying that they believe the reason why this shooter, Shitty Cuz, the reason why he was able to shoot him, run off, come back, shoot him again, run off, come back, shoot him, kick him in the head, then run off, is because he realized that no one else around there had a gun. So I guess his idea, you know what it makes it sound like? It basically sounds to me like Shitty Cuz came there with that intention. And I'm going to explain why, right? So he comes, he shoots him, and then he runs off. So while he's running off, he's thinking that he's not going to come back and shoot him again, because at this point, he's thinking other people may have guns and might start clapping at him. Come to find out, no one in that area had a gun. As I understand, Nipsey Hussle hired felons, because felons have a harder time getting a job. So those are the people that were working in those places. As you understand, felons cannot legally have guns at the same time. So that's why no one had anything. too, and also because cops would raid their spots all the time, so it was kind of hot, so no one had anything on them. So dude runs off. He realized he wasn't hearing any gunfire zipping by him or anything, so then his punk ass came back, did it again, left, came back, and did it again and left, right? So that was the account of between Nipsey Hussle's brother and the dude that was his business partner. He said that his other business partner went inside the store, and between the time of him going inside the store, that's when dude came, shot, and did all that, right? What else have I gathered? It was also said that Nipsey Hussle did rock with security, but he had came to that store around that period of time because I think he was doing somebody a favor or something. It might have been, this part is sketchy, a friend that just came out of jail. He was gonna like hook him up with some clothes or something, so he came on the spot for that. But his brother did also say, like, dude was loved in the hood. He would go certain places rocking mad jewelry and not have any problems because the hood loved him. It was like that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, this was definitely a situation of just some rare, just deviant that just did some bullshit. And I want to say that now that I hear and I'm putting the story together and understanding it like this, I'm telling you, I think that dude, Shitty Cuz, he came there with that intention. You know what I'm saying? He came there ready for that. Because if it was how I thought it was, where dude came, they had words, and then dude left, maybe on some angry shit, went and got a gun, came back, shot him, then okay, you could say it wasn't premeditated per se. It was just like an enraged thing. No, this dude was jealous. He was hating from Jump Street, because if this happened within seconds or minutes, especially considering that, as I understand, Nipsey Hussle was not rude to the dude per se. He was letting him know he was being upfront, but he wasn't on some, yo, get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? He was on some like, yo, this just is what it is. They actually dapped up, as I understand. So, and dude had the thing on him. For him to just turn around, come back, and start busting, the jealousy was there, that hate, that just desperation. And also, keep in mind, the dude was aware of the idea that people may shoot at him. So it also sounds to me like this man felt he had nothing more to live for. You know what I'm saying? Because in his mind, he was thinking, shoot, after I shoot him, I'm going to run because people are going to probably shoot at me. Meaning there's a high chance if someone did have a gun, or a couple people, they could have pulled out and dropped him. So that means this dude, you know what I'm saying? This dude planned, or was very much ready for the plausibility of shooting this man. Probably if he heard anything less than, all right, I'm going to fuck with you. Because that's another part of the story too. As I understand, the Shitty Cuz dude was coming there trying to talk to Nipsey on some like, yo, I'm trying to rock with you on some music shit, right? And Nipsey was just like, yo, I just can't fuck with you like that because you know the situation. And keep in mind, this was not like a big revelation. You know, the dude was already ousted from the hood. It was already known that he can't be around there because they got the paperwork on him and stuff like that. So it's not like Nipsey was saying this and this was like, oh shit, you said this. Because some people were saying that Nipsey, a shot caller right there, telling him that, and all the people around him, now that's going to paint the picture where they all think he's a snitch and then the dude's going to get mad. No, everyone was already of that impression. He actually disappeared for a little while, right? And he was coming back, but he was coming back to a situation that he already knew. He already knew that he was a snitch and that the hood wasn't fucking with him. This was probably a desperation move. If he shot him within seconds or minutes after their exchange and had the gun on him, that means that was part of the plan. That means he said, you know what? I'm going to try to have this conversation. This is my last ditch effort. Nipsey, can we do music? No, we cannot. Oh, y'all still on that I'm a snitch shit? Okay, fuck it. I'm taking you out because I am jealous of you. That's the way I'm looking at it, you know, just putting everything together. So I think that's the way it went down. Nipsey was on some cool shit, telling him like, yo, it is what it is, man. I can't fuck with you. I bet. And then, you know, the rest, you know what I'm saying? And as I said, he was anticipating that there would be some gunshots firing back. So this dude was on some last ditch effort, nothing to live for shit. Literally a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? So So that's more clarity to how it went. The tweet was most likely related to something else, and that's actually a beautiful story in itself, because that tweet is actually related to a lot of what I'm learning to find out that Nipsey Hussle was about, and that was about building, and that was about making amends, and that was about linking and joining forces and doing all that good black on black strengthening and enhancement that we all love to talk about. That tweet represented that, because that was some OG blood dude who was going to link up with a very decorated Crip known individual, and they were going to talk to them boys the next day and try to like settle the recently rising gang crime in Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, that's basically it as far as what I was able to put together from watching different little things. That's a little idea of how it all went down. And yeah, like I said, I was never like super into his music. My homeboy Perfecto got a song with him. I did listen to that. It was a dope song. What's it called? Dom Kennedy, Perfecto, and Nipsey Hussle, Get Home Safe, something like that. Y'all could search that, check that out. I mean, I'm checking into his music a little bit. I'm gonna check in and listen a lot more. A couple little tidbits I also found out, as I understand, when he first got on, according to what I'm finding out, Nipsey Hussle joined the Crips around age 16. He had some friends and fellow people that he did music with that was like, yo, you shouldn't rock with them, don't join the Crips. But he did instead. And as I also understand, Nipsey Hussle was strictly doing conscious music as opposed to shoot 'em up shit. You know what I'm saying? And his homeboy was trying to tell him to stay on that lane. He went the more gangster route. And, who could turn back the hands of time and say what would have happened? You know what I'm saying? Had he not went whatever route as far as the content of the music, would he have even made it to the status he is now? It's really hard to say. But a lot of people were saying that, his music was morphing more into what he was currently about. Like, basically everyone was able to witness this man grow and grow for the better, both internally, and then take that growth and help his neighboring community also grow. You know what I'm saying? So internal and external growth is what was witnessed, both in his music, both in his actions and the stuff he did from the hood, and his entrepreneurial endeavors and things like that. And yeah, so I'm definitely gonna check out some of his music. People were saying that he, even through the the gangster shit, I'm a shooter, this or that, he's also dropping other gems and everything. So I'm gonna look into that, because I mean, you gotta understand, yes, that gangster shit, it is part of an energy that kind of keeps this cycle going, absolutely. However, the only way to really, that I personally think, to plant that seed of doing something better and letting that come through the music, is you have to maneuver it through what we have so far. You know what I'm saying? So if all the ears on that gangster shit and you're trying to do something better and you're trying to encode that in the music, then you have to drop them gems within the shit that they already want to hear. And then you slowly taper them off that other shit, and you get them to follow you and come along into these other higher level, more productive topics that you have to offer. You know what I'm saying? But you can't just throw that in their face right away. They ain't trying to hear that. They want to hear what they already know, what they're comfortable with so far. And I highly suspect that that's where Nipsey Mind's mind and head was at. Another little tidbit. He said someone else wanted to work with them, and Nipsey was like, "Yeah, I'll work with you." And he said, "Yeah, first you got to purify your spirit." That's what Nipsey allegedly said to someone else that was going to work with him. You know what I'm saying? And that statement alone, that says a lot right there. You know what I mean? I see a lot of myself in this man, at least from the outside looking in, from the little tidbits of what I hear that he was about and how he was doing, and you know what I'm saying, where his heart was and everything. So, and and I'm sure I'm not alone. I'm sure it's a lot of people that could see themselves in him, and what he was about and everything like that, especially those that really engaged in his content a lot more. You know what I'm saying? I felt the energy just as an outside casual observer, an interview here, a thing there. But I tell you, in the past couple days, the more I'm like watching and learning of this man, I mean, the more it just saddens me. Like, the dude really was a pillar of the community. Like this man was really on some, you know what I'm saying? He was on the pulse of some, like, very positive, very much needed energy. You know what I'm saying? In the urban community, in the hip hop community, in the black community, everything like that. So, but yeah, I'm gonna quit rambling. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to give a little tie-in of the bits and pieces that I've been picking up just from, you know, checking out these videos. So, you know, I hope y'all got something out of that. You know what I mean? And hey, best thing I can say is just take that energy, take that good energy, pay that shit forward, pay it forward. You know what I'm saying? Keep building.